Ready?
Yep.
Dylan?
All right.
Everyone?
We good? Everything's recording. Everybody's good. You can hear everybody.
Yeah.
We good?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey, today we are here, day 2, with our good buddy George.
Thank you. George Forero.
So, tell us your story. You're kind of interesting because you work with M&R. You've been here for a long time. Can you tell us some just fun stories and how you got into this?
My God, how did I get into it? I took one screen printing class in college, and then I started making T-shirts.
Was it a good screen printing class or was it very basic?
I think it was a basic, but good enough. From that, I
mean, it
started
hooked you.
printing.
Yeah.
So I started printing in my apartment in college, and one of my friends was opening up a restaurant, and so I printed him one-color T-shirts, about 250. So that's how I got started. I wound up having about 4 automatics in Newark, New Jersey, and then
I mean, you don't sound like you're from Jersey at all. It's weird. I don't get it.
I'm from New York.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, but I wound up in Jersey, and I sold the machines in the company. I got tired of production.
Yeah.
And my best friend was Stan Appel. He was working.
Yep, I know Stan.
At Advance, American Advance, where Rich came from, where Rich Hoffman came from. So, once Rich started the machines, I sold my business and went to work with the dealer first.
Yeah.
With Clinton. I don't know if you've ever heard of Clinton Machine and Supply.
No,
They were out of Florida, and I always wanted to do international. So I joined with Clinton. They moved me down to Miami, and I started pioneering into Latin America with M&R. And I did very well. Well,
You wanted that for the travel?
I
wanted that for the travel?
I was born in Colombia. I always wanted to go see where I came from. So it was great. So in Guatemala, I started there, started Central America, and it was great. Sold a lot of machines. The people were definitely in the Stone Age, and we came with good machines.
I think from me and Andy's perspective, though, too, as business owners and shop owners, is that it's very important. Like, I would trust you way more on what should I get next, being that you were a printer beforehand. Do you feel like that was a huge leg up that you had?
Without a doubt. It was why I sold, okay?
Right.
Because, yes, I could get in there after I sold it to them and put it to work.
Right.
And showed them how to use everything.
That's huge.
That-
Because there are a lot of
that's-
salespeople out there that don't have that knowledge necessarily.
Well, when I bought my machine, they sold it to me and I never saw them again.
Right.
So, today you do need that. And Rich was always, you had to be there in front of the customer. That was his philosophy.
Yeah.
So it was definitely an advantage for me.
Do you think that's the same today? So do you feel like there's a lot of people that travel to shops and get in front of the customer and actually know the equipment and know about printing and answer those kind of questions? Does that still hold true today?
Yeah. I see all the guys like me retiring that really knew the industry. The new people, they got a lot to learn to be able to be trusted by the customer, okay? Because the machines do change so much also.
Yeah.
It's a lot to keep up with the changing technology. So,
Well, that's the thing, though, too, is back when you were doing it, were there a lot of changes in development other than just like maybe a new press every year?
yeah, the machines were a lot more basic.
Yeah.
They weren't as digital as electronic.
Right.
So they were much easier to fix.
Right.
So
You went into a customer and you were like, all right, you had an 8 color. Let's get you a 12 color. Let's get you a 14 color. Let's get you a better dryer. Let's get you a...
the thing was that the owner of the company would come to the United States, buy a T-shirt that was 12, 14 colors, go back to his shop that had a 6-color machine and expect the guy to print that 14 color job, and do it right. So,
Right.
until I got there and was able to explain to them, you're never going to do it. You do need the right equipment. So, and once we got it there and I showed them and they did it, so they understood.
Well, I guess with your knowledge on that and selling the equipment and whatever, is there something that us shops are lacking or could use from that experience of like, I don't know, like what's your advice to maybe a salesman or someone buying a press, like what to look out for?
Man, well, for the customer, nothing changed. You can't get past experience. You got to go through all of the mess ups to learn how not to do it. So, and I think that the salesman got to be in there too and be in the factory and learn the equipment much better.
That's what's so
more
nice
than they do.
about M&R's factory is that they have a working shop there, basically. Most of the presses, you know, a screen room,
Right, exactly.
the Polaris, everything's set up and running. If you're a customer, you want to go there, you can see it, you know, in action, but also you can train.
It,
you know.
it is a plus. I mean, it is a plus.
I mean, too, even not just on M&R, of like being a traveling salesperson for M&R or a spokesperson for M&R, like you go into somebody's shop. It's nice when you walk out and you're talking to them about something, but it's also like, hey, pull some shirts or help on the press. Or as you're doing that, you're like, oh, did you know you could do this? Or you change a feature, or you move them around.
Even the way to take the shirt off the press and
Right, you put it on their dryer, you see it come through, and you're like, you know what, you would do better with a forced air this or another chamber, or why not split belt?
We went into a shop to help out one day, and they were running like a 500 piece order, and they had just gotten this press maybe a month or so or two ago, and a new person, whoever had installed it, there was a new printer now, and it was running, and we're like, so what do you think? You know, like, how do you like the press? He goes, well, it's great, everything in print's nice, but it's just so slow. I was like, it's a Cobra. They just got this Cobra. I'm like, I never heard anybody say this is slow before. What do you mean? She's like, well, it's just, it indexes every 8 seconds. It's slow. They didn't know you could change
Is
it.
that right?
And so, like, you know, there is, you shake your head because you're like, that's crazy to hear, but it's real.
It's
You know,
it
that's
happens,
real stuff.
yes.
And so that's why it's so important, I think, that M&R and Tex and everything get into shops and learn, you know.
And teaches the salesman. You got to
salesman.
get in that computer thing and know all of everything you can do on the machine.
Yeah.
Because it does happen.
Yeah.
Bad off contacts. I mean, bad angles on the squeegees. So many little things that can help you.
Well, on this
to do small.
this new press over here, there's videos that we were just talking about earlier,
Right.
that train you. You know, like actual video.
Right, I know.
You
we
can watch
have
it.
that in the old. Now there's
You're
so
acting
much-
it out for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I spent many nights in those factories, you know, helping
Yeah.
them out and getting them going. So
I do think it is nice to get the hands-on experience from a person right next to you, being like, this is how you should do this. Or
for
whatever.
me, I think it's the only way, really,
Yeah.
to sell. You can't just sell. You got to know your product, number one.
Yeah.
You can't just sell out of a catalog.
Do you have any crazy stories of like a fun install or something you're like, holy shit, I can't believe this happened?
Boy,
Stuff you can't talk about?
No, well, there's plenty of that. I know, but having the crate fall off the truck because the guy doesn't know how much he buys his first machine. They don't really realize the weight of it.
We've talked
stuff.
about that's the
Unbelievable. You get in. How are we going to get this off the machine? Oh, I got a few guys. We'll get it off. No, yeah. No. And having that, and they always ask you why the crating. Well, that machine fell off the truck, and thank God nothing happened to it.
Right.
Because of the crating.
because it was created so
There's a
solid.
right. There's a reason for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. What are you up to nowadays?
Now I'm into my third year of retirement. M&R has been good to me, okay?
Yeah.
So I live on the beach in Hollywood. I'm a musician now.
Hell yeah.
My second career. I've been playing music on the beach
And that's amazing.
and enjoying my life. M&R was really good. And I think we did good for a lot of
Andy
people.
keeps talking about that, how that's the cycle, is go from owning the print shop to having maybe a manual near the beach printing
One color
beach shirts, and now you're just playing music on the beach. You should be peddling shirts while you're playing music.
I'd love to keep going. But I gotta rest. I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah.
So-
You got it in the back of your mind. Well, thanks, George. Appreciate it, man.
Thank
It was,
you,
it was
guys.
awesome
Okay,
meeting you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
And I
dude.
hope good luck to everybody out there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. I loved it. So good. Hell yeah.